Greetings, gamers! Welcome to part number 18 of my Let's Play Fire Emblem 4 Genealogy of the Holy War, and in this episode, it is time to allow the Augusty phase to begin, and the enemies will finally begin the march. I don't know if it's time-based or if you just get close enough to Augusty Castle they begin moving, but either way, it's been a couple of turns. Now they're moving, so it's okay. I'm perfectly fine with that. There is a boatload of different units here. There's some sword users, some lance users, some axe users, some bow users. And then, of course, there's the horse slayer. You have to be very careful of the horse slayer. I'm probably going to be putting him to sleep, honestly, because that just seems like a reasonably good strategy. And then there is the ballista here. I don't think it's relatively intelligent to fight the ballista at the same time that you're fighting these particular units, so I'm not going to. And then all of the rest of my units just need to be ready for combat. Yeah, just right out of the range. Sigurd can go here as normal. The women who support these men can go behind. And then wait. These yahoos can stay back here. I don't want them interfering with pairing. And of course, these two right here. Aaron. Then I have Azel, Rakasus. Dew is still left behind. I actually made that bit of a mistake. Rakasus needs to heal up one more turn, and then she will be able to defeat this following arena. So she's going to be able to get to 7. I don't know if she'll beat 7, but I'm going to be honest with you. This is honestly better than I was immediately hoping. And that's pretty great because, again, like I said, she needs every bit of help that she possibly can get. Once I finish what I can, I'm going to be moving off the castle and then giving the remaining turns to Azel and her pairing. And I think that's pretty much it. I also want to move Sylvia as far away as possible. I might move her a little bit further down, actually. I don't think it's necessarily a good idea for her to be so close to Azel. I don't think they have a pairing, but I also don't want to test that theory. So one thing I don't like about this upcoming phase is that you have to deal with a bunch of bow units as well as all of these users of like axes, lances, and stuff like that. Not great. It's just honestly not great. So I think what I'm actually going to do is move back just a hair, just a tad, because I think this is not really that great to have my units in this formation. I also want to say that maybe putting Sigurd here Deidre here. Just have to be very careful with this guy. Okay, he cannot reach, so that's fine. I think this is going to be a perfect little setup here for the wall. Aaron might actually be a little bit helpful. Dew is not helpful at all. The only thing I was going to do with Dew was have him attack some guys for some gold. It's really not that big a deal. Next chapter, he's going to get plenty of that. Plenty of that. So, realistically, it's not, again, not that big of a deal. Cannot wait to show you the item that you procure from Yves and crew. enter arena, and I think she'll be able to finish this off here. Yeah. He can no longer hit, so that's pretty great. At least, actually, you know what's funny is I think he has a 3% chance to hit Rekessis now. Yeah, because he has a 63. That would be wildly unfortunate if that was the case. Come on, hit her, or hit him. Defeat the sage already. Thank you, Rekessis. Thank you. Only took a decade. Nice fighting, mate. Here's your reward. Feel like fighting another? Yeah, just to see how it is. Depending on how much damage he does. Wild that he's missed her that many times. But now he cannot hit. This is just a free victory for Rekessis. That's so beautiful. So she just gets to beat this arena perfectly. Now, of course, not perfectly, because it took her a while to do so. But this is one of the ways that you can cheese this. And I basically demonstrated how to do this throughout this chapter, which is a good thing in my humble opinion. I kind of want to show everything relative to what needs to be shown. Let's see. I don't know if I want to repair these yet. The reason being is because though she definitely does need the miracle sword to be at a higher... I don't know. I'm just going to wait till next chapter. That's what I'll do. These two can sit here and enjoy the show, as they're going to be of no use for the rest of this chapter's combat. But that doesn't really matter, because I don't need them for combat. They're perfectly fine as they are. Alright, the Augusty phase has begun. The archers can't really do anything here. One of them is getting to attack. That's okay. He misses. Nice. Lex and Ira should actually be paired relatively soon. Ooh, nice. Lex is going to get a KO here. Yeah, I was almost certain. I'm pretty sure Lex and Finn can take out this whole menagerie of enemies, no problem. And somebody attacking Sigurd, that's kind of like your doom. Though he was wielding a javelin. That's why. That is why. That's not great, though I could use that as experience points for somebody else. Of course, Finn is going to double here because these guys are using much heavier weapons than the Brave Lance, and he has a lot of speed right now due to his wonderful speed ring. And some pretty good levels as of late. And I'm perfectly fine with all of you coming over here and attacking. Finn needs the experience points, and the KOs on the Brave Lance are perfectly appreciated. Though I would prefer them to be on the Brave Axe right now. The issue with that is that somebody kind of blocked Lex. So I think what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to go ahead and just put to sleep this guy. Because why not? I don't see anybody else this is useful for. I think another good use is Chagall, so that he doesn't use his physics staff, which is, whatever, but either way. Putting this guy to sleep is a pretty good choice. And then... I need to be careful on how I do this. Brave Lance. And Finn finishes. Very nice. It's such a sad thing that Quan isn't KOing here. But he missed anyway, so it doesn't even matter, does it? Ethlyn actually needs to heal up Finn. So you wouldn't think that that would be necessary because he's only missing 10 HP, but he's about to get an onslaught of enemies here. Yep, only a couple more levels and he will be promoted. I'm hoping to be able to do that very shortly, actually. Zane can pretty much stay there for the time being. I think it's actually kind of a bit of a fool's errand for me to worry about attacking him. The only problem is, of course, these Augusty bow units. I kind of wanted to get rid of some of them. I think this is unavoidable, though, that some of them are just going to go ahead and attack me. I guess I could attack one with Sigurd at range. I don't think that that's necessarily a bad call. Let's see. Well, if he doubles, he is going to KO, but I don't think that he would double with a javelin. 18. So, no. He's actually a couple of speed too low, unfortunately. Yeah, the 1-2 range weapons in this game are not great. And this is kind of true in Thracia by and large. There's a couple of outliers in both games where that's not true, but the generic 1-2 range options are not good. And I think that's pretty much it for that. Erin can continue moving up because I would appreciate her help. And I do believe that the rest of my units here are of no use to be messed with right now, so I'm just going to end my turn. One can hope a lot of these foes decide to attack both Lex and Finn. Lex and Finn have way less attack as well as defense and whatnot than the others around, so it should be relatively reasonable that they would get attacked rather. Yeah, the bow units are going after Ethlyn. Man, if another one strikes her, she just perishes. And she avoided. I meant to put the light brand on her, but I don't understand how that just was a bit of a failure on my part. So Quan got a pretty heavy hit. The rest of them are going to have to attack Finn because everybody else has been blocked, which is not at all what I wanted there, but it's whatever. Finn's going to attack all of these guys double, quadruple technically, because he's going to double with a brave weapon. So that's pretty good. Either way, I need the KOs on him, I need the experience on him, I need it on him and Lex, particularly at this current moment, so everything is perfectly appreciated in this matter. I'm perfectly fine with this. I don't know that the troubadours are going to attack, though, because the thing with them is that they're primarily just healers. They do have swords, though, so who knows? Maybe they will decide to attack Finn. It would be better if they did. I'm going to have to get rid of them as soon as possible, regardless. 10 HP. He has a very minor miracle right now, only 10%, but it's something, right? Yeah, I really did think that these guys were going to heal. These ladies, per se. What about the other one? Yeah. To be expected. I'm going to have to just KO them this turn. Get them out of the way. The bow units need to get out of the way as well. Ethlyn needs to be healed up. Something fierce. That was a very dangerous enemy phase there. Potentially, Ethlyn could have died, and that would have spelled a reset, which is not great again. But nothing of the sort happened, so I'm quite pleased. No KO. Aura for the finish, I suppose. Deidre does need it as well. especially if I'm going to use her to get through any form of the next chapter's arenas. I would like to, especially because in next chapter, spoiler alert, Deidre can't leave the castle, which is highly weird, but also for story reasons it makes sense. She's pregnant. So there is that. But the fact of the matter is that really the only thing she can do in the castle is stuff like warp and beating the arena. So it's just good to kind of focus that if you can. If you can. Oftentimes you're not given the opportunity to necessarily always do what you want. Wow. An axe user hit Ira? Very weird. This is like the Twilight Zone all over again. Finn needs healing. But as long as I'm capable of defeating... Oh, you know what? I'm just going to reset right now. Alright, with that reset in mind, yeah, that was a little bit of a failure on my part. I decided to put Aaron in the range of the ballista, and I was like, there's ballista right here. Did I literally just put her in the range? And then when I looked, I was like, okay. Intelligent, gamer man, intelligent. You've done worse, but you've also done better. Alright, so basically everybody is defeated. Might as well mend up. Just have the last Augusty troubadour left. I think the combination of Beowulf and Noise should be able to take him out. Take her out, actually. The troubadours are only female. Take her out, actually. The troubadours are only female, of course. Noah cost proc. As you can see, good old Noise, just not really that great of a unit, if I'm being honest. And I hate saying that because his skill set seems like it would be so cool. Especially for a cavalier. Beowulf finishes. And I think that's pretty much everything. Zane has to be defeated on this turn, and then I'm just going to make my stretch, my final stretch for the Chagall's castle, and so on and so forth. I don't really have anybody else who needs to do like arena that isn't already just warped back. I want to say Lex would be a really good unit here. So what I'm going to have to do is fight this guy and put Lex right here. And then what would happen is that the others would attack Lex in one range, because one of them would attack in two range. Not going to worry about that right yet, though. I have some dealing to do with good old you. The Horse Slayer is not a good weapon. I'm just going to throw it out there. It's not something that I'm worried about giving to any particular unit. So having Lex get the KO is not at all a big deal, even remotely. He's just going to be able to sell the good old Horse Slayer, and that's it. No, is this the beginning of the end for Augusty? And the nameless faithless man, well, I'm pretty sure he's actually named, but doesn't matter, is defeated. The rest of the units here, 14 times 2, so he's going to do 28 times 4. So, yeah, he actually finishes this guy. Nice. Perfect. Good job, Finn. Can he move up one? Yes. Nice. I actually wanted Lex to do this, but it's okay. It's honestly okay. The rest of these units here, funnily enough, Aaron would be fine to leave with Alec, because Aaron and Alec are going to be paired. But funnily enough, the rest of my units here just need to be warped back. I think I'm going to begin that menagerie. Enjoy. The home castle is calling you. And enjoy. Yeah, I already know. I did it again. Aaron is in the way. Nobody has to remind me. If she dies, I'm just going to have to reset. Oh my gosh. What an imbecile. Alright, the Augusty phase has begun. There's actually a couple of instances that, due to the map layout, you can use this kind of terrain to your advantage. And this will be another KO for Finn, and that good old Brave Lance. He has to use a lot of uses to get rid of these Armor Knights, but bulky is the name of the game with them, so. Interesting, are Ballista not effective on flyers in this game? Because that's the only reason why I could possibly see why they're going after Finn instead of Aaron. Maybe that's the case. I'm not entirely sure, unfortunately. So this is not something I can really speak on. Heal you up. And Finn can take out one more. I think he's going to be able to take out some of the Ballista as well. That'd be nice. Aaron can almost reach the Ballista. She can do a little bit of damage here, especially because Lex is going to need it. If these two can stay next to one another, Ideen needs to heal. You do have to be careful about pairing in this game. I'm not entirely sure how it works necessarily, but there is a way to mess up your pairings by having a group of 4 that can pair with one another next to each other like this. I just don't think it's relevant to this particular moment, but it could be something to... It should be something that you pay attention to, at the very least. And I think I'm just going to KO this guy with Quan and Sigurd, just to get him out of the way. Yeah, 10 gold. That's actually kind of funny. I was like, give gold? I'm pretty sure he doesn't have gold anymore. And I was right in my mind, just not to the level I thought. That's kind of crazy. Only 10 gold. How did he even get 10 gold? Okay. That's the end of my turn. I think Lex might be able to reach one of the Ballista. It's not surprising that Deidre is being attacked, but she's actually going to be put in Miracle if all 3 were to attack her. At least 2. And actually hit, so it's a moot point, to say the least. Deidre is perfectly fine. Once she gets to certain HP thresholds, that's pretty much how it works with her. Okay. Almost, Finn. Almost. At the very least, I think that Deidre will be a good target for the ballista at this current time. And mend her up. Perfect. Move forward. I don't think Chagall. Yeah, Chagall doesn't have a ranged weapon in this particular fight, which I find to be kind of weird, to say the least. I think what I'm gonna do though is leave Sigurd right here for the attack. And I think the status is, yeah, 43 turns. Not making great time, but it's whatever, it's decent. A little bit of time spent is okay. I actually don't know necessarily why I decided to send back. That's actually kind of a weird thought. Why did I decide to send back the other? I guess just to give ID and experience points. Don't even think about underestimating me. You don't stand a chance of besting me. Yeah, your silver blade, it might be a powerful weapon, but you don't really know how to use it. How did Sigurd miss 270s, but he hit 140? I'm telling you. Sometimes things just happen crazy in this game. Alright, so I guess I'll send you back for the sake of being with Alec because I made a bit of a blunder. I mean, the experience points is appreciated, but still. Yeah, she could KO here. Don't think that's going to be relatively any worth. Especially because I want her to get over and fight Chagall. Not necessarily to keep the Physic, by the way, because Physic in the castle doesn't really do much of anything. So Finn and Lex can finish these two ballista off, and then it's literally just Chagall. Would have been nice had Sigurd actually hit, but I guess it really doesn't matter. Perfect. With this, it's just Chagall. I'm actually going to return Lex, and then I'll be returning Ira next turn. Of course, Deidre needs to be ready for the fight because I am going to be having Sigurd, Quan, and hopefully Deidre get the finishing blow here. Augusty phase, and he attacks and misses. Do I hit? No. Definitely not. Okay. Very strange things are happening indeed. Let's see. Alec. Depart castle. Depart castle. And then the very first promotion of the game. Change class. Masterfully done. You're now able to change class to Great Knight. Would you like to do so now? Yes, sirree, Bob. Lex turning into a Great Knight would mean that he's basically going to be able to destroy Chimos. And here we go. What are his promotion gains like? They're actually not fantastic. Just okay. A lot of attack, a lot of strength, defense, and res. Visit town, pawnbroker. Sell that. Alright, he just needs to hit one more. Ah, come on, Lex. Come on. Are we joking? You know, what would actually be very helpful here is if I were to get him the skill ring. And I think I'm going to do that, actually. Alright, Lex. Can you beat Chimos this time? 56 hit. Not much better. I think the RNG is literally going to be the same. Yeah. Such a shame. Either way, I think that Lex's defeat is the end of my episode for now. I want to thank you for joining me. If you like my content, please upvote and follow, or like and subscribe, depending on your platform of choice. And while you're at it, leave a comment down below. Have a great and glorious day gaming.